I'm struggling to find a place to camp. I'm driving around location to location, and oftentimes I'll find a spot that I think is going to be good, and then there's garbage or a wrecked vehicle or like giant cement blocks. Like, it's really tough around here sometimes to find a place to camp by vehicle. I'm just backing out of here, and look at this. Washer and dryer. Someone just threw a washer and dryer here. I really don't know where this road's gonna take me. I'm just going for it. I know if I turn around, I'm gonna be safe. So I'm just gonna stay on this road. If it's flat and I can put my tent on it, I'm going to take it. This is a pretty decent spot. Not the flattest, but not terrible. I think I can park right here. The flies are vicious. They are vicious. And mosquitoes, hornets, gnats, you name it, they are on me. So first thing I want to do is spray myself down. I normally spray my hat, then I close my eyes and hold my breath. This is probably not the way you should do it, but I do it this way. Pwah, pwah, pwah. On my face and on my neck, my arms, my body. This stuff has so much power, it's crazy. Woo! By the way, take off my sunglasses. I'm doing everything with a GoPro today. First time ever, a whole entire video with a GoPro. Normally, I will use higher end gear, like significantly higher end. Not professional, but close, right? Like expensive lenses, stuff that I've invested in over the years as I've grown my channel. Now, tonight I decided to be nimble, to operate quickly, to just hit record and forget about it and hope for the best. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you okay with just GoPro videos? Does it matter to you what a video looks like? Do you like the shallow depth of field and you know, when everything is blurred out in the background and whatever you're focused on, the subject pops? Or does it matter to you at all? I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. GoPro yes, GoPro no, combo of both. Yeah, love to hear from you. I've only ever used this tent once before. It's an RBM tent. It's a small tent. The bag is big, the tent is small when you pop it up. It's a cuboid tent, and it's got a really nice vestibule. And once I get it set up, I'm going, actually, you know what? I'm turning this on right now because the flies are pretty hardcore tonight. So I'm just turning it on. I've got a fresh load of fuel right here. I'm going to ignite it. And you can hear it. Kind of lets out a hiss. And so what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to keep mosquitoes away. I love privacy when I'm camping. I really do. I like to be hidden. I'd love to hear from you guys about that. Do you like to be hidden when you camp, or does it bother you if there's people around you? If I was at a campground, then sure, yeah, but when I'm out like this, just in the woods, I just kind of want to be like really alone. And I feel like I'm pretty deep in the bush right now, actually. So Thankfully, I have bear spray. I have bear spray, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit about the protection that I'm planning on getting that is more powerful than bear spray. One thing I really love about these tents is the compression straps. I know it might seem like a simple thing, but man, does it ever make packing up a tent a cinch. They all come with them. You just wrap it around the tent, cinch on it, and everything gets nice and tight. One thing I need to do before I get too excited is put down the floor. I do have an insulated pad that makes things nice and cushioned on the bottom. Now this is made for the UP2. It's another tent. You can just find them on RBM's website. I'll have links to everything down below. I think I'm gonna move. I was just walking around and I went up into the rocks and I found some beautiful flat areas with really nice views. And I can see myself waking up over there and being happier about the situation because of how beautiful it is compared to here. Here is lovely where I am, but I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna be a little more exposed, but it allows for me just to like take in the beauty of everything. It's not crazy heavy, so I don't mind doing this. I'm glad I took 2 hours to find a spot, and taking down the tent to go to an even better location, totally worth it. And just like that, it's up. Pretty straightforward. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna open up the whole entire front, open up the windows, make sure it's nice and cool in here for the night. Super easy to handle. I can just move this around with one hand. No problemo. I don't know if there's any berry pickers out there, but ow, those have thorns. But if you look closely, some of these berries, they're like green, almost white, right? Some of them are really white. Some of them are blue. And I'm just wondering, like, is this the berries getting ready? Or are these berries that are just cooked from last year, like they're just dead from last year? I don't know. I'm not a berry expert at all. Some are blue, some are like this yellow white color. Would love for some berry people to fill me in on what's happening here, why it does this at this time of year. You can see it's connected down here like a little toggle, that's all. And then you can lift it all, the whole door opens up. And it just makes for an awesome tenting experience. I'm gonna have to secure it with rocks, that's for sure. Super tight. Oh, look at this. How awesome is this? I love it. I do. I got a screen here that I can drop and keep the bugs out. I think the bugs are coming in and out now, having a visit and then leaving, which is great. So it's wide open. It's a great little place just to sit down and relax. I love this tent. It's a great little quick setup tent. It really is. I'm not going to have a campfire because I feel like cooking in a stove in these really hot conditions and really dry conditions makes more sense. I get to really control the embers and keep the fire concealed within the stove. Everything I need is next to the stove. By the way, I'm about 100 meters away from my camp right now. I'm in the original place where I was going to set up my tent, and that's where I'm going to cook because there's just so many bears this time of year. I just don't want to have the smells anywhere near my tent. Found this branch right here, and this is the kind of thing that just burns so hot, man. You just crack that off, throw it in. This is a super late supper for me, and I'm having breakfast for supper. I love breakfast all times of the day. It doesn't matter, man, and this one's going to be like almost a midnight feast. Look at this pan, man. This egg is sliding around on this cast iron pan. That's when you know you've got a perfectly seasoned cast iron pan. And you can slide around an egg. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is amazing right now. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna eat it so fast. It's, oh, just perfect. That cast iron pan was on tonight, man. Holy. Yes. That egg. Look at that. A little bit creamy and a little bit hard at the same time. You can't beat that. Best of both worlds. Those potatoes cooked in an instant. That pan was so hot. Amazing. So yeah, please let me know in the comments. Breakfast all day? I say 100,000,000% breakfast all day, even when the sun is down and it's almost midnight. It's officially 12 a.m., midnight, and look at that sky. It's crazy. Super orange. This is what it's like when you live in the far north. It's gorgeous. The summers are something else. It's pretty much as dark as it's going to get right now. And this tent is killer. I always have a pee bucket with me. If I feel like I just want to get up, go in the bucket, that's what I will do. This is how I do it. If I step outside, I'm going to wake myself up. I'm going to think about how beautiful it is out there. And I'm not going to get back to sleep anytime soon. Pee bucket, I just get on my knees, have a pee. So I always have that inside my tent. Even in the winter, I have a pee bucket. I've got my sleeping bag here. This is rated to -5 Celsius, I believe. And it's perfect for these conditions. Now this tent does take a wood stove. It's built to take a wood stove. It has a wood stove jack. And down here it has exhaust for airflow to come in. Keep the place nice and safe in the winter time when you're using a wood stove. Tonight I do not need a wood stove. It is warm. Here's a chair that I'm going to take and put outside. Maybe actually I'll use it in here tonight. And here's my cot. I also have a bag of just knickknacks and paddywhacks. Here's some extra clothing. And here is my sleeping pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. There's a chance that I will actually blow air into this because I find these automatic like inflators don't work that well. I find before I go to sleep I usually blow in there 3 or 4 blows and and 3 or 4 puffs, whatever you want to call it, and it fills up nicely. So these cots are interesting. You flip it all the way around. There you go. Flip it all the way around. If I can do this, there we go. There. Now it looks super tall, but then when you open it up, a regular old cot. Here's one of the things about the GoPro. It's not good in low light. I know this for a fact. That's why I really love the higher end cameras with the nice lenses. I find they just do a lot better. But I did get this like little light. I got it. Look at the size of that light. Apparently it can go for 6 hours. I charged it. There it is. Let's see. Whoa, that is bright. That's all you need. Holy smokes, that's almost too bright, man. Whoa, that makes it even brighter. That is crazy bright. Wow. That's impressive. What do you guys think of this light? I mean, it casts a crazy shadow, but I have to say I am impressed. I cannot look into that light right now. It will blind me. This right here is what I'm going to put my bear spray in and some water. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I hear bear spray is ready to go, and I can have a drink if I'm thirsty. RBM has these fans. I love them. Just to get a bit of a breeze going through the tent. It's so warm. There we go. Yeah. I hear someone firing off firearm, maybe a shotgun or something, maybe a rifle, I don't know. By the way, in a recent video I talked about getting some sort of firearm for protection when I'm out camping, and as I mentioned earlier, I do have bear spray, and I rely on bear spray. I trust it. I've seen it work. I believe in bear spray, but I do want a firearm, and I've been getting so many really helpful comments from a lot of you about what I should be using as a firearm for protection, for hunting. And what I've come to realize is you need multiple. You need a number of different firearms. I need a shotgun, you know, like a 12 gauge if I want to go bird hunting. I could use slugs to protect myself against bears. I know that for a fact. A nice rifle would probably do me well too if I ever wanted to go hunting for maybe caribou or muskox or something like that. And it would help me with a bear. I also have a 22, which of course can be used for squirrels or you know, small game, and ptarmigan, right? Birds, partridge, whatever you want to call them, grouse. So yeah, I think you just need multiple rifles or firearms. There's no like one perfect firearm that can do everything. So anyway, just keep those recommendations coming. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, look at that. That is the sky to go to sleep to. It's 12:30. I'm getting tired, and yeah, I had just a wonderful evening, and I'm so glad I found this spot, right? I just kept on driving around until I found it, and look, the result, gorgeous. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning. This side right here has lost its leg. It's right there on the ground. You can see So just hanging on by one pole. One of the great things about this setup is that now I am on a downslope, right? So I'm ducking as I go in. If I was on flat land, I'd be able to go straight in pretty much. A little bit of a duck, but I can just open this up and I can just take everything out. It's not like going through a tent door, right? So it just makes it so convenient and easy. Perfect. I'm just going to boil some water for coffee here. I don't want a big fire. I actually want just a really quick fire just to bring it to a boil. So I'm just going to use all of this stuff here to bring my kettle to a quick boil. I don't want to put a lot of big wood in there because then I'm dealing with having to empty a hot stove before I leave. I love having a coffee in the morning before I go. So I'm just going to stuff this guy with all of these dead branches, and I'm wondering if that will be enough to boil the kettle. That raven is going nuts. Anyway, this was a wonderful trip. I'm so happy I found the spot. Multiple purposes, a place to cook, a place to camp, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Ravens are cawing, you know, doing their raven sounds. Just a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm so glad I did it. Sometimes before I leave, like I left after work on a Friday evening. I just wanted to get out into the woods, and sometimes when you leave, you never know what's going to happen. And for me anyway, sometimes I just go out blindly and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to find a place. And as you saw last night, it's not always easy, right? It's not easy. It's not like almost all the great places are picked. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, I'd really love it, and I'd love for you guys to comment. It just means a lot, and I read them. I enjoy them. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I read them all, and I'm glad I've got a thick skin now, and I've got years of experience with this, so it's great. And I really appreciate the people who you know, cheer me on, and are just positive, and seeing those same people comment over and over again. It's like, wow, like it's like you're a friend, you know, and so I really appreciate it. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm gonna finish this coffee and go home. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back really soon.